Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network merchandise shop. Pick up your logo merchandise by heading over to abvnetwork.com, clicking on shop, and start filling your basket today. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for something for yourself, a customized gift, or logoed items for your business gift shop, the Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. That's the number 2 in the Bar to Go. Don't forget our friends at Neely Family Distillery now ship their unique distilled spirits directly to you. To order yours, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we mail it in for New Year's Eve. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Cailee Baker, Evan Vansquick, and Lenny Eckstein.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hey. How's it going?
Hell, that's it. This is it for 2021. How about that? Last show of the year. Crazy, right?
Has this been the shortest year ever, though? Like, I feel like it was April. Like, where did my summer go? Where did my fall go?
It didn't move.
I feel like I've been in a time warp since March of 2020. Does anybody else feel like that?
Time stopped existing, then I don't know what's happening. But
yes.
Another weird thing, I'm telling you, once Halloween hits, it's like life is always on fast forward. It seems like Halloween was just yesterday, and here we are. It's
so that's the thing for us. Like, my October is always so busy because now I have my anniversary and my mom has a party. Our neighbors have a party. Every weekend in October is booked and it doesn't stop till the new year.
Right. Get
with me in September if you need me because I'm not available.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am too. A lot of events and stuff. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Evan, what's going on with you?
Just lots of events. And would like to hear more about what kind of events the ABV Network is going to be doing in 2022.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be an exciting year. So we're doing a lot of stuff next year. So it all kicks off in January. We're going to be in Key West, Florida. So, and it's not too late. If you can get down there and you can find room, that's the key. I think even worse than finding a way down there is getting a room at this point, because there's like 3 different festivals going on. So, yeah, McNew, you should have booked when we started. I don't understand why.
Okay, so here's the thing, and I might have screwed myself because I changed like 3 jobs this year.
Right.
I don't be having PTO like I used to, so I'm kind of rolling the dice right now. I don't know what I'm going to do yet.
Okay, so you may or may not even be going at this point.
Yeah, I waited too late, and then I was like, oh shit, I don't got that PTO like 4 weeks like I was used to at my old job, which was the only good thing about my old job. So. Yeah. I don't know yet.
so we're going to Key West. That's going to be a big thing. And then another big trip that we're going to do. We got a couple of them lined up where fans can participate with us. We've got we're going to go to Maine. So Orchard Beach, right, Lenny? Lenny's got a place there.
Yeah, Orchard Beach should be good fun. Lots of laps.
We're renting a lot of places. I think we've got at least 10 people lined up, and I think more are interested. Great. So yeah, it's going to be pretty good. So
Lenny does love to go see his in-laws.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see the in-laws while we're there, so that'll be nice. True. So yeah, that's going to be fun too. We're also going to Colorado to make a movie. You can even help us out if you want to be a part of the crew. We have in the ABV Network shop, there's some ways that we're raising money. Today is the last day to get in on that. So very timely question. So it actually ends tomorrow. We go through tomorrow, but on the 1st, then it's all over. That's the last day of our fundraising to be self-fund our own movie. And one of the things is you can be part of the crew, so you can help us out, and you get screen credit. And we'll probably put you in there as an extra too, and then you can help us carry equipment and stuff like that.
You can always use a boom guy.
Yeah, boom guy or a short puller upper if Bo's walked around and his pants fall down.
I was going to ask is it a requirement that your pants have to fall down?
Yes, of course.
Are we pro pants?
That's a tradition at the Bourbon Sasquatch Productions.
Every movie, some pants fall down.
Pants off in general.
Another thing that we're going to do, and we've got the first 2 of these things that are in progress now. We're waiting on Cailee to help us out with one of them, and that's been a process. But we found this great format where it's go to a distillery that, again, kind of drawn from people that are within driving distance of the Bourbon Trail and that area. So, 3 or 4 hour drive, you could drive over in the morning. And then we start at 1 o'clock. We go to a distillery number 1, then we go to distillery number 2, and then we go to dinner together, and then we go to our hotel. And then we found that drinking at the hotel in the lobby is a very fun thing. Everybody brings bottles. It's a bottle share. It's a lot of fun. So it ends up being just a 1-day thing, and then the next day we have breakfast, and then we leave. So it's just a Saturday night is what it is. And again, it's not for everybody from all over. We don't expect anybody to fly into these, but we're going to do these things where we pair up 2 distilleries and a dinner, and we're going to do one at Cailee's place in March, and then in June we're going to do one in northern Kentucky. So we're going to line that out. We'll have dinner at the Tap House, 859 Tap House. So that'll be very cool, and then a couple distilleries up there, and then we'll do a couple more. I think we'll do about 4 of those next year. So that's some of the live events we'll do, and I'm sure
are those branded as Bourbon Behind the Scenes?
Yes, they are. It's called Bourbon Behind the Scenes. So we utilize our relationships that when we go to the distilleries, we're not just going on like a tour, like someone going there. We're getting the extra stuff, the behind the scenes stuff that you don't normally get, because we have a lot of friends in this business. So that's what they're called, Bourbon Behind the Scenes. And again, anybody can sign up for these, but it goes to our club first. So really, if you want to be involved and be in the mix on these things, you really need to get involved in the ABV Network Crew Club, which is of course available on our abvnetwork.com website. So check that out. That's the way, many of these things, and because we're talking, they're, going to be 16 people or 20 or something like that. They're not big groups, probably will sell out first and foremost to our group. And we have to offer it to our club. So that's the people that support us the most. So get involved if you're not involved in that already. Go ahead, McNew.
And it's the perfect group size. Like we just took a group, a couple months ago to Buffalo Trace and 3 boys. It was the perfect group size. I feel like it wasn't too big.
It was so much fun.
Small. It was fantastic. The best day.
Everyone's talking about how great that was. So and then we'll do some other things. We do random things. We don't necessarily plan all those this far in advance, but we did a riverboat cruise last year where we drank rum and stuff like that. I'm sure we'll do something like that again. That was so much fun. Nice. And then probably a couple other things too, as McNew comes up with these great ideas, and I'm sure we'll do something. So
sometimes things just pop in my head and I'm like, Steve, we need to do this. And
and then we just do it.
And we make it happen.
Flagship whiskey going to continue?
Yes, flagship whiskey. So that's our signature one. So we've got January lined up, and then we've got so many that couldn't do it in January but said they wanted to do it. So we've got almost March lined up too, and really some big hitters on there. And even some of the big companies are wanting to do this now. So we've got Jack Daniels is going to be part of our January event. And then awesome. Jim Beam's going to be part of the March event. And so it's kind of cool that the big guys are being part of these things too, because normally you think they're tough. They got layers of people you got to go through. And no, they're like, well, heck yeah, we want to be a part of this. So it's cool. So yeah, really
I will say Leatherwood is very excited about being a part of that event in March. I know we don't have it nailed down exactly, but I have been doing my own research.
Okay.
Going to the different bars and restaurants and
lead it on Cailee to do that for us, because again, we're not from the area, but again, it's that perfect area where literally anybody who lives kind of in Indiana or Ohio or Missouri, has the ability to drive in. Really, just a morning drive. You can get over there in time. Leave early in the morning. Head over there, get there after lunch, and then start doing this stuff. So it works out really well. So I think it's a good
from Western Kentucky. I know that area more, but Pleasant View, where Leatherwood is such a small, close-knit town, and a lot of my regulars are, from Pleasant View and stuff. So I'm going to get you guys the best experience based on what the locals are all saying. So
okay. All right. We got to get behind the scenes at the distillery. So that's key.
Yeah.
That's key. So, which would be no big deal for you. You can help us out, show us whatever we want to see. I assume. So fun stuff. So there you go. There's kind of a look forward to what's going on. Some of the things are already set, as we talked about. Others will be in the works, and it'll continue to evolve. So we always keep a lot going on. I think that's part of the fun. I do love this idea of us traveling. I mean, our group has found that we like to go places. We like to experience things, and I enjoy being part of that. McNew, I know you like being part of that too.
Yeah, and I think it's the new things, like the new experiences. Like we usually have a core group of people, and I always love seeing them. I see them when we go. But going to new distilleries, going to new restaurants, super fun all the time. I love those experiences.
Yeah. So good. Excellent question there, Evan. So thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Well, guess what, gang? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with, I'm going to start it out. I'm going to go Jack Daniel's Single Barrel. This is the special release. What was this one called? The Heritage Barrel. That's right. So it's kind of the honey barrel situation. So the Heritage. Here we go. Not a lot there. Again, kind of a well-loved bottle, more than halfway gone, but I'll do a big pour here. Though I don't have a huge glass. I just have a regular shot glass here, but I'll fill that to the brim.
You had some nice base on this one.
That's a solid 3 ounce.
Yeah, that's the last show pour. So yeah, that's good. All right, next up is Cailee. Cailee, what do you got?
I just got a bottle of Eagle Rare. I actually have a 1.75 ounce that's sitting on my bar cart, but this was a bottle that hadn't been opened yet, so I thought maybe it'd help me in the cork pop for the night.
Okay.
All right.
That's good. That's going to be tough to beat. That'll be
good.
That will be tough to beat. So McNew, what do you got?
So I actually had some Knob Creek 15, but I can't get the damn cork out, so I'm going to go back to this Hotel Tango from Indianapolis.
Okay. Nothing there.
Nothing.
Did you finish your Bradshaw bourbon?
No, it's still on the shelf.
Still on the shelf. How about your
It's
show?
going to soon be on a bottle kills and last meal.
I don't. We're 2 days from your next episode. I don't have any more episodes for you.
Okay, so we're
God, here we go.
now. I want to run our podcast magic. I didn't know that November had 5 Tuesdays.
That's a good point.
So are you going to be able to rush and do it, or you're going to just...
No, we're coming back in December.
Okay, we're coming back in December. Okay, of course, as this is, of course, the end of December. It's already happened. If you wondered what happened, there you go. Now you know why that 1 week was missing.
McNew doesn't think time is real, so it's fine.
Yeah, God forbid we look at a calendar. Or anything.
Time is a construct.
Right. Yeah.
Omicron.
All right, Evan, what do you got?
I've got a well-loved bottle here of Still 630's SS Sorghum bottled in bond.
Okay. That's about halfway gone, I'd say. So
yeah, and it's a 375, so we don't know what I'm gonna get. I also just noticed that I've got the little label actually squeezed in there, so it might come out too smooth and not actually give me a pop. So let's see.
Oh,
that was interesting.
It was cool.
It sounded like a computer fart.
So I guess that's what happens when you leave the little label thing stuck in the cork.
Well, it made a computer noise.
It literally sounded like a fart.
It was like a pop. It was like a pop, an extended fart, and then a finish of the pop. It was a weird.
Like you were in the Matrix.
It was loud. I don't know if it was good.
Yeah, I don't know. Kaylee's still got the lead. I don't know what the hell happened with that.
It wasn't even loud.
We haven't had a situation like that since Bo Cumberland damn near shit his pants doing a cork pop. Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. Lenny, you're last. What do you got?
I've got a I don't know, like maybe
a barrel, something from barrel.
Barrel seagrass.
Oh, seagrass. Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah, semi-loved.
Oh, that was actually really good. That could win on most. Would have won one of the shows we did tonight. There were all bad ones, but not this one. Cailee wins. Wins. Yeah. And what do you think of that stuff, Lenny? Are you a fan of the seagrass?
Oh, I'm a big fan. I like it a lot. I've got another barrel waiting for me at a liquor store that I need to pick up.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I'll do the same thing. Got to have a backup. So, cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're mailing it in today. We could be talking about anything. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and I'm excited to announce a brand new partnership with Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Many of you have perhaps heard of Leatherwood via our co-host on the Bourbon Daily, Cailee Baker, who works there. Well, they're now an official sponsor of the network, and we look forward to everyone getting to know a little bit more about them. Company founder Andrew Lang brought his brewing and distilling hobby with him during his years of service as a Green Beret in the United States Army. Whether he was at his home base of Fort Campbell or during tours of duty in places like Italy or Afghanistan, Lang distilled whatever was available to him locally. We are excited about getting to know Andrew Lang and his team better via our programming and are planning a trip down there for the ABV Network crew very soon. In the meantime, check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com, where they will ship bottles directly to you, including their special Remembering 9/11 series, which is raising money for military charities. Seriously, get out there, buy some bottles, help a good cause, and let us know what you think. We're really excited about this partnership. Hello, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, and let's talk for a moment about our sponsors, the people that make this show happen. First up is our friends at Moonshine University. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification at their office in Louisville. The information I learned through lead instructor Colin Blake and their team there is something that I continue to draw upon frequently in my role at the ABV Network. It truly is the standard of establishing a benchmark of knowledge of the bourbon industry. From history to production to brands and people, it's all there. Check out their full listing of programs, including Executive Bourbon Steward certification, production classes if you're considering starting a distillery, and much more at moonshineuniversity.com. I also want to talk about Neely Family Distillery. Back in May of 2018, I met Royce Neely at Limestone Branch's Craft Bourbon Festival. It ended up not only being the start of a great friendship, I started to truly learn about what makes craft whiskey so amazing. You see, I had been a bourbon drinker for over 30 years at that point, and like many people who had been drinking bourbon a long time, I was hard-coded into thinking big bourbon was where it was at and craft was on a journey to get there. Spending time with Royce and learning the things he does to make his whiskey taste better started to really get me to appreciate how things like sweet mashing, open top fermentation, pot distillation, and the grains you are using not only makes your product taste better coming off the still, but also out of the barrel as well. I still love heritage brands and they make up a bulk of my collection. But when you find a craft distiller that is truly dedicated to the craft of distilling, you are drinking some of the best whiskey out there on the market today. That's exactly what's happening at Neely Family Distillery today. Check them out on the web at neelyfamilydistillery.com, or better yet, stop by and see them at their distillery in Sparta, Kentucky. And now, back to the show.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are mailing it in for New Year's Eve.
Okay, yes, we are. So, Evan, you said that there's a game that you played for years. I don't know that I guess you don't currently still do that on New Year's Eve, but tell us about that. Again, we can talk about anything. We'll start it out with a little New Year's Eve talk, though, something that people do. What do you do?
So I got the inspiration from a TV show called New Girl, and they play a game called True American. And I was like, this sounds like a great drinking game to play on New Year's. So I did it for probably about 6 or 7 years consecutive before I feel like I was getting a little too old for it.
Sure.
You know, when you get close to 30, everything's so much more difficult. And the main premise is that you're climbing around your furniture, around your house, and drinking because the floor is lava. So that's your main premise. All right, the floor is lava, so you have to climb on furniture to move. And every time you move around the room, that constitutes one drink. So you actually play like a quasi trivia guessing game in order to move and drink around the room. So there's 3 different ways you can actually do it. The first one is you just throw numbers on your forehead and you try to match with another person in the room. So you count to 3 and you all throw a number to your forehead. If you and another person match, you get to move 1 space and you take 1 drink. If you do number 2, your second option is you can do a quote. You have to finish a quote. So the person starts, maybe it's something like to be.
Or not to be.
Exactly. So me and Cailee, we get to move 2 spaces because I started the quote and Cailee finished the quote.
I feel like I would start screaming and just start drinking.
It gets a little chaotic.
Right. Lenny and I would be like, oh, fuck it. We're going to drink.
Also, the show doesn't give...
end up.
The show doesn't really give a whole lot of rules to this game.
Oh.
If you've ever seen the show, it's just like There's like maybe 10 episodes total where they play the show amongst.
It's referenced like once each season of the show.
Yeah,
so it's a reoccurring thing
really
throughout the show.
Like they'll be like 1, 2, 3, JFK, FDR, and then everybody starts drinking and moving around and stuff. Like there's really not a whole lot of.
But you can find the official rules that were created based on the show online that tells you how to play. So it's just a really interesting, fun, weird, quirky game to play to drink and enjoy the time.
Lenny, did you watch the show?
I didn't watch the show. And I guess you're losing me on the jumping on furniture.
Right.
What are you talking about?
The floor.
You don't have to do a lot of jumping. It's more like slowly stepping across furniture.
Yeah, so like maybe
couches,
you grab a chair and you.
Seems like my furniture would break. My furniture would break.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
like,
you're gonna fuck up my throw pillows more than my dogs do. That's a problem. No,
I'm thinking like my own house. The sofa is fair game. But once I get to the bar stools
would be bad.
Yeah.
This is played in a place you don't really care about. Like this was, in
Evan's
the show,
house. That's where you go to Evan's house. You just trash it.
It would be my college apartment or some shit.
I was gonna say it was like your 20s apartment with your crappy furniture that's gonna break
all your shit that you found for free on the side of the road or some shit. It's
not for your married 30s. It's not a 30s game.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. So what are you gonna play now, Evan?
But Evan, I want an invite the next time you play True American. Me and my husband are down, like 100%.
It's been a minute.
Not at her house, at your house.
I did pretty well early on. And also in True American, if you puke, you lose the game. So you have to make it through drinking. If you are someone who has to go puke, you are now out of the game.
That's dumb because
there's
sometimes
also
you're full and need to make more room, so you throw up so you can drink more. It's
you're not the True American then.
Not only are you drinking around the room, but like in a couple episodes, they're like lapping gin out of like someone's lap, or like they're like sitting there and like everybody's pouring like gin down their throat or something. Like they really drink on this show.
Sounds like who's ever house loses the game.
Right, they lose. Yeah,
like their furniture is fucked up. People
are vomiting.
Their entire house is in disarray.
Evan, your house is fucked.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If you invest in quality furniture and you plan things out well, you can do this.
Yeah. One time we were drinking a lot at I had a cabin and it was like a guys' weekend. We're all drinking. I'm just pounding drinks, doing stupid shit, chopping down trees and shit like that. I don't know, just insane. But my one buddy, I hear him vomiting in the bathroom, and so I'm waiting there. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? He comes out and he's like, I just threw up a little bit in my mouth. I'm like, it's not what I heard. And I go in there. It's like a scene from Dexter. It's like a crime scene. It's like shit everywhere. And I go to talk to him because I'm like, you got to clean this up. He's passed out face down between the time of me looking in there going out there. He's face down on the bed. I can't wake him up. So I had to clean all this shit up, and it's all piled up, and I got bath towels, and I could feel the warmth through the bath towel, even these thick plush towels. Oh, it's horrible. I threw up a little bit in my mouth in there. Oh, yes, you did. Just a little bit.
Outside of it. Most of it was outside of your mouth, sir.
Yeah, it started there.
Yeah, I had some slate tile in there on the wall, like the splash behind the sink and that had like spray on there. That never went away. I couldn't get that out of there. That was just, there's a spray pattern on there, and then of course, the next time we go down there as a family, the wife was like, what's that? I'm like, I don't know.
So
it's weird. I've never noticed that before.
House, were you like, oh yeah, that's just part of the design? That's fine.
That's right. Yes, the splatter pattern. Yes.
Oh goodness. That reminds me of another one of those universal rules of the game. You can never be caught without a drink in your hand.
Oh yeah, I like
that's a good rule though. I appreciate that rule.
Yeah.
All this talk about games kind of gets me thinking. We were talking about ABV Network events, and Key West is coming up, and a lot of us are going, shouldn't there be some level of game? I don't know about this game. I'm not trying to jump on people's furniture.
Right.
Shouldn't there be something? I feel like there
should. A drinking game?
And I'm not talking about like swamp fights. But like, I feel like there should be some games.
Alligator
we should
wrestling?
have like a scavenger hunt drinking game or something.
Scavenger hunt would be fun.
Something that,
something that everybody could do. It doesn't necessarily cost money. It goes all over the island.
Could you do a scavenger hunt bar crawl?
I offer to help with this. I think it would be fun.
Like some scavenger,
Something.
and because not everybody's going to be together the whole time. Scavenger
Yeah.
hunt you can just do on your own, like a
Yeah.
list of things either you take a picture of or check off, whatever.
And
it
you
is.
just like send it in to like Steve
Yeah.
Bakley, you know.
Sure.
About like a
Steve
breath
will
holding
help
contest
emails
under
to
the
me,
water.
so I'll take them.
Well, I won't be there, so I can impartially receive stuff if you need someone, because Steve's going to be enjoying the festivities.
Oh yeah,
He doesn't,
I'm
he
big into
doesn't
that.
want people sending him like
Yeah.
pictures and all kinds
Steve
of
is,
stuff. If you need
Steve
some
is going
help,
to be
I
drunk
can.
but appearing sober.
I can be
Yeah,
your
I kept
virtual
calling
game
places.
master.
They're like, we'll set you up with the caterer and all that. I'm like, I don't want to be involved in all that shit. I'm there drinking and having fun. I don't want to be like where I got to then manage
bother
the whole
me.
event. So I everything down there is very simple. But
It could be a
hunt-
third party that judges it, and
Yeah.
you know, there could be like a ABV Network barrel or something that's the prize for the person that first finishes it from the official start and end time of the whole whiskey festival.
Okay.
The prize could be the ABV Network collaboration rum.
Yeah,
AKA
there you go.
Deer Hammer rum.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, dear, because it's the only collaborator. That's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
do it.
I feel like that was a Lenny project. and
It's
everybody
not
else
much of a
backed out.
collaboration.
We'll
Yeah,
get to it.
yeah.
We'll get there.
Come on, you fucks. I made
I
10 barrels of rum.
still half the year in Adam's defense.
Yeah, yeah. Adam still doesn't have it still going. So
Weak
yeah.
sauce.
And this is-
It will be so. As of you hearing this, it will have been running for a couple of weeks. He's
yes, yeah.
As of
That's-
recording, he's looking at finishing it about 2 weeks from when we're recording it. So by the end of the year, he should be through.
he better. Gosh darn!
God
I'll tell
damn
you
it.
what.
Do I have to shoot
Because I have heard the 2 weeks for a while. I mean, you know, it's every time I go in there, it's 2 weeks more.
It's
but,
always 2 weeks.
but it has to be 2 weeks. And I mean, he's got to get that thing going. So he's done some test runs, just water, just running through the system, you know, checking for leaks and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
that's been successful. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, my brother-in-law actually did some of the welding.
That's cool. He must have done a good
Oh,
job.
nice.
It didn't leak. So
Yeah, nothing leaked.
He did a good job. Yeah. So yeah, that's it is an amazing thing too. When he does get that going, I'm telling you, it instantly turns into a huge bourbon fan destination. So if you're into bourbon, and you're listening to this, you're going to have to go to Stumpy Spirits at some point to see this old time still up and running, and all the engineering that he's had to do to get that thing going. Not all the pieces were there, and then he's incorporated some other things he just thought was cool into it. The parts and pieces that weren't necessarily part of it before, he's figured out a way to work them into this thing. It's freaking awesome, man. I mean, it's really cool. But yeah.
Is it a 4-chamber still?
It is a 4-chamber. he did Todd Leopold one more than Todd Leopold. He had it sure. So yeah. No, so it'll be definitely a cool thing. Yeah.
So what do you guys? So I told you what I like to, or what I used to do on New Year's. What do you guys do?
Okay.
Good question.
New Year's for me, I mean, in the past, I've done things like we used to rent out a place and do a big party and stuff like that, but that's many years ago. I've done low key for many years. So literally just at home, safely drinking, and go out at midnight, bang a few pots and pans, and watch people shoot off fireworks and shit, and then go to bed. That's it for me. So
Do you fling any bread?
not New Year's Eve, no. Maybe New Year's
Pulling
Day.
any bread.
Yeah, I like to fling. I like to wing bread, as I say, off the deck. Yeah, if you can put the right thing on it, I can get it all the way to the lake. But you have to like curve it. You got to throw it up, and that it'll.
Those are frisbee skills.
It's beautiful to watch. It is.
Throwing bread or caulk?
Well, I trained on throwing caulk back in the day. Apparently was really good at that. I really only thrown caulk one time, and I was, but I'm 1 for 1, so I had one kill shot with the caulk. So
Telling you what, you got to make sure you work that L in there, though.
No,
You don't want to
for
pronounce
sure.
that. You don't want to pronounce that word wrong.
It's like an album throwing
Yeah.
caulk.
yeah, throwing caulk. So yeah. So I'm excellent at that. So
I'm good at eliminating spirits from my repertoire on New Year's. I don't know
Really?
if anybody else has this
so
problem.
a reversal of fortune you're known for?
Yeah, I'm known for, like, you know, or I mean, I guess it was before I was of legal drinking age when I did this, but like one of the most memorable, or I guess not memorable, New Year's Eve was when I drank Sky vodka with a bunch of friends when I was like 18 or 19 years old, you know, like just terrible, whatever we could get our hands on. And I had to work at like 5 a.m. the next morning at the YMCA. Like it was absolutely terrible. But I feel like I've had at least like 2 or 3 New Year's where I just like I had a night with one particular type of spirit that I was just like, never again. Like, fuck that.
Wow.
I'm not going to do it. And vodka is one of those for me.
Cailee, when you said eliminate spirits, the first thing I thought, dude, you and 3 of your close friends get together and eliminate spirits because you're Ghostbusters.
There you go.
So my mom, I was like, oh, she's got like,
you know what?
Safe in her house, or she's doing bottle kills. This went a different direction for me too.
Yeah. To bring that up, though, I want to just put this out there. One of my first drinks that I was ever served in public was from Dan Aykroyd, a Ghostbuster. Really? Yes.
Wow.
So my mother went to high school, actually just down the road here at Todd County Central High School.
Okay.
She went to high school with one of the writers for Saturday Night Live. And back when I was, I don't know, a freshman in high school, like 2008 or 9 or something. My mom's name, Laura Oshoni, like there's no other Laura Oshoni out there, was used on a skit for SNL. And my brother's friend called us and was like, you know, your mom's name was used on a skit in SNL. And we were like, okay, like Laura's not that uncommon of a name. Like what, you know, why are you calling us at 10 o'clock on Saturday? And they're like, no, like, you got to watch the episode, and hit like my mom's name, Laura Oshoni, was used on the show. So we messaged the guy that we know was a writer for SNL, and we was like, hey, like if you use tickets to, or if you use our name on live TV, we want tickets to the show, like just jokingly. And he was like, oh yeah, whenever you want. So my first time going to Saturday Night Live, I was, I think 18 years old, like a freshman in college. It was Justin Timberlake's first time hosting, fifth time hosting, and he was the musical guest as well. So it was a huge show if you go back and look at the show. But yeah, Dan Aykroyd was there because he was part of the 5 Timers Club of SNL. And we got to go to the after party because we knew the writer.
Wow.
One of the writers for the show. So
this
I
is
go
huge.
to this after party.
Yeah, awesome.
And Dan Aykroyd comes around. Not only did Dan Aykroyd serve me a drink when I was 18 years old, he served me his like Crystal Skull vodka.
Yeah.
It was a martini. He was like, hey, does anybody want a martini? And like at 18 years old, I was like, well, fuck yeah, I do. Like,
yes,
you know,
I do.
I don't even like martinis.
Wow, that's an epic story.
So I
Crazy.
said like, yeah, I do. And my whole life, like from the time I was 15 years old, people mistook me for 21 and older. Like I never got ID'd when I was younger.
Tall.
Like
you're tall. Right?
Yeah, I was tall and I looked, I guess, more of age. So this is the only time that anybody's ever called me out for my age.
Enjoy
Dan Aykroyd.
enjoy it because I was a guy too that everyone said you look older than you do, and it's fun and cool when you're your age. When you're 53 and everybody thinks you're older than you are, it's not as cool.
Not as cool.
No.
But no, Dan Aykroyd literally, he looked at me
fun.
and he goes, you know, after I'm like, yeah, give me a martini. He looks at me, he goes, you look a little young. And he just like gave me a little tap on the cheek and he goes, it's all right. Have a good night. And gave me a martini and walked away.
Well,
my mom ended up drinking the whole thing. But yeah, that's just super funny that you brought up Ghostbusters. And my first drink legally, or not even legally, but was from a Ghostbuster.
Was not expecting that at all. Like I was
he wasn't fishing for Dan Aykroyd poured me a drink stories. So
I was just like, Kaylee's a drinking champion. She's also a champion at name dropping from out of nowhere.
And also Dan Aykroyd at 6'1" was looking up to you.
Yeah.
No, I was down. I was sitting at a table. He was literally walking around with like literally, this is a place where you walk up and you like have to say your name or say who you're with to get in. So we're like at this dimly lit restaurant that's probably like a 5-star in New York. And he's walking around with like a martini tray full of martinis with his Crystal Skull
You passed
vodka.
Katie then. You're our tallest female on the network then. Because Katie's 6'1".
Oh yeah. We're about the same height. It depends on who you talk to, what height I am.
Okay.
I think I'm 6'2". My ex-boyfriend thinks I'm 6 foot. My husband likes to say I'm 6'5", but you know, he's just shorter than me.
Right. So there you go.
Aren't most of us.
Lenny might be shorter than you too. Believe it or not. Lenny's shorter than McNew. I always, the first time I met McNew, she was taller than I thought. But then again, when she tells me her height, she's not that tall. But I guess it's the tall shoes.
I'm 5'6", sometimes
which is not tall.
5'6.5", depends on the day.
I think that's average. To me, 5'6" is average.
That's
it is.
Yeah.
Lenny's big in personality. He's big in love. He's an endearing person.
I wouldn't have known you were so short. I mean, now that you're short.
No. So my husband's a pretty big guy, and like a couple months ago, he's just like, I thought you were 5'9". I'm like, yeah, because you're fucking 6'4", and you have no idea how people are.
She got mad at that. She got mad at that.
I was mad. I'm just like,
you think you should be happy? Yeah, people want to be taller, statuesque, if you will.
I do not. I like my mom. I have the cutest little mom. My mom is 5'2", and I have felt like a giant my whole life because I've always been taller than her. And it's always pissed me off. And now he's like, you're 5'9". I'm like, do not know. I'm 5'6".
When did you pass her in height? Because I think I passed my mom in height when I was in like the 4th grade.
Yeah, I was like fucking 11.
Yeah. So around the same age.
11, and she's so tiny and cute. And I'm like, some bullshit.
Lenny, what do you do on New Year's Eve? Eat vegan treats? I mean, I don't know what the.
Yes,
what doesn't sound fun. Vegan treats does not sound fun to me on New Year's Eve.
I mean, it's not fun. I'm not a vegan, so I wouldn't. I don't know. I gotta say, like, I've always like there's some holidays I like and some holidays I don't like. Not a popular opinion, but I don't love Christmas. I think it's a little weird. I do love Thanksgiving, recently passed. I do like New Year's. I think it's fun. I like holidays with no real obligation. I like Halloween. I like my birthday.
Halloween's good.
Yeah.
So we're literally like, Lenny just doesn't want to see his family.
Do you like Arbor Day? Is Arbor Day cool? Halloween?
I mean, you can't hate on trees. I guess it's all right.
Groundhog Day.
No, don't like Groundhog Day. I think it's too confusing. I don't know what it means.
Fuck that little groundhog.
I hate the stupid videos of Phil the Groundhog up in Punxsutawney.
Yeah, and like also being from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, you hear too much about it. Fuck Groundhog Day. I like the whole concept of jumping on furniture. I might incorporate that into my New Year's. But historically, like I always just wanted to have fun. I thought it was a good excuse to, give a friend a shout or friends and hang out with friends that I might not normally see. But, fast forward now and like, with Deerhammer and a lot of responsibilities and married and have a kid now, we usually travel. For the last few years, we've gone to Aruba for New Year's. And what's cool about that, aside from it being, nicer weather over New Year's than Colorado is, fireworks in that region are out of control. It's not the ones they shoot in the air. It's the ones they do on the ground that are so impressive. When you walk through their old town, like through Oranjestad, you guys know what M80s are. They're fucking huge.
Yeah. Quarter stick of dynamite is what they always say.
So, yeah. I mean, in our country, we light off those tiny little, like, maybe cigarette firecrackers.
Black cat firecrackers. Yeah.
Not in Aruba. They light off like strips of M80s down the block. It's insanely like you look at you're like, how this isn't safe at all. Like how are hands not being blown off? They light them and they go ripping around the block, and it's not loud. It's deafening. It's like, oh, but it's fucking awesome. I've got some good videos of it. Aruba's a fun spot for New Year's, so we usually do that. We're not doing that this year. I think we're just going to go out in Denver and, hang out with the kid.
Denver. Okay.
Jump on furniture,
hang out with the kid. Yeah. Sounds pretty low key. That's good.
Yeah. Pretty low key. Eat vegan food. Yeah.
Eat vegan food. Yeah. Vegan snacks. That's good. Sounds exciting. Anything else? Anybody else doing anything exciting for New Year's?
No. So and when 2020 hit, right, I wanted to have a 1920s murder mystery party. So Chris and I had a party. It was fantastic. We had a great party. And then 2020 was a shit year. So I was like, we're never doing an NYE party ever again. We're never doing it again. I felt like we cursed us. So we're just never having a New Year's party again. Last year we stayed home. He fell asleep by 9. So I watched like the ball drop bullshit by myself and got drunk on the couch.
Crying on the couch.
Yeah, no, I was not great. So I'm just like,
what about, of course, we're not doing a mail it in for New Year's Day because we have our cocktail contest we do on the 1st of every month. Yep. So we won't be doing mailing it in for New Year's Day. What do you guys do for New Year's Day? Anything?
Sleep. Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Unless you're
I always go out to dinner on New Year's Day. That's it. That's kind of a tradition. That no cooking or anything like that.
I can tell you what I did as a child.
Okay, what's that?
So if you grow up with parents who are bowlers and you yourself become
Bowlers.
a bowler, so
Wait,
having
you were a bowler?
Yeah,
I was on the bowling team in high school. Let's talk about this later. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, I was on a collegiate team. But yeah, so when you grow up and you have bowling parents, at least in our area, one of the biggest tournaments of the year is the New Year's Day tournament. So I spent like almost every New Year's Day, like until probably like 16 in a bowling alley because that's what my parents did every year on New Year's Day.
Sounds terrible.
Now I just stay home and I think instead I watch bowl games.
Bowl games, yeah.
Oh, football game.
Yeah.
Like Squid Games. That's shitty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think my day after the Sky Vodka New Year's, I worked at the YMCA, and that was the worst day of my life to date. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
That's just
But most of my New Year's days end up just sleeping most of the day. Probably going to get some very greasy food.
We're going to order some food, and we're going to watch either bowl games or shitty TV all day. We're not moving. We're not doing things.
No, we ain't doing shit.
Mm-mm.
We start off with a good note.
Yeah. And we might keep drinking if the mood strikes us, if we're not dying. But
McNew, when does Christmas come down for you?
Christmas day after. So
me too. I'm day after Christmas too. I hate. Yeah. I love having it up. Actually, I enjoy it. Yeah. But man, I hate it once the holidays.
I feel like there are tree people who are like, I decorated for Christmas, and they just put up one damn Christmas tree. I'm like, I have 7. And I do the garlands on the walls and the arches, and I go balls to the walls for Christmas, and I'm tired of it after a month. I want my house back. So the 26th, that is tear down day. It all comes down.
Lenny, how about you? I was surprised to hear you got a tree. I know you're not into Christmas, but apparently this year at least you got a tree. When's that thing going to come down?
As soon as possible. I mean,
so like the 26th, or is it going to be later?
Christmas night.
I mean, we just got it today. I would take it down tomorrow if I would.
Oh, that's not. Amy won't let you. Amy
wouldn't be impressed with that. My kid wouldn't be happy either.
I think it's going to stay up at least till Christmas. So when's the earliest you can take it down?
26th is it?
Good question. As soon as possible is going to be my remaining statement. But I'll say this: when it comes down, I have absolved myself of all things Christmas. I won't be involved with getting the tree other than driving them to get it.
You did go there. You went there. Yeah.
I drove them. I mean, that was my, I was being chivalrous, I guess. Usually I just leave. Don't like Christmas trees. Don't like Christmas lights. Don't like Christmas anything really. But what I do like is burning the Christmas tree.
Okay.
That's fun. Anything more fun? I mean, like you guys can't hate on that. It's so fun burning Christmas trees.
Right.
It's a big, gnarly fire. And I do love that. It's a little dangerous because we have some new trees.
Kind of makes me want to get a real tree, honestly.
Yeah.
You can burn your face
too. I've learned the best way to get a Christmas tree is to go to your local like hardware store, like Tractor Supply or Rural King here in Western Kentucky.
We got a Rural King.
We have
go and get your Christmas tree from there because last year I think we got our Christmas tree for like $20. So, you have it up for 2 weeks, you spent $20 and you get to do whatever the fuck you want with it, like lose it off the top of your truck when you're trying to take it to the dump.
So last summer we built this patio area out front, but I got like this teak wood furniture that has to go in the winter. So I'm like, I got to put something on this patio, Chris. And I've been trying to tell them we need a Christmas tree. It's like, you can't put a fake one outside. So now I got to go get a real one. Thank you.
Yeah. Go to Tractor Supply. Wait. Yeah. I mean, if it's something that you can wait till like the week before, they go on super cheap. I mean, for real. Like, we got a Christmas tree.
I'm gonna go get me a $20 Christmas tree.
That doesn't sound bad.
That's what flowers cost at the grocery store.
True.
Exactly.
$20. Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, mine was like 76. So
you're only going to use it for a couple weeks. Why not spend $20 on it and be able to just get rid of it without any grief?
When I went to the place in town that sells Christmas trees, and I brought Amy and Arlo there, and Amy's going to pay for it. She pulls out $100 bill. I was thinking, what the fuck is going on here? What are you buying?
Oh yeah.
Right.
No, my husband and I went to the Christmas farm last year before we went to Tractor Supply or wherever we got our Christmas tree for $20. And it was like $60 or $70 for the like cheapest Christmas tree on the lot, and it was like 3 foot tall. And I was like, "Holy shit!" Like,
Why
I'm not spending that money.
That's our tree, Charlie Brown's house. Why the fuck am I selling whiskey for a living?
Yeah.
Right.
It's insane.
Breeze.
And Christmas lights too. All of mine were burnt out, and I'm just like, Chris is like, "How many more lights do you need?" And I'm like, "I need like 10 more boxes of lights." And I'm telling you, that's going to be like a $70 purchase that he was not prepared for.
I got a Christmas tree on Target.com on Black Friday for $17.50 that I plan on putting on top of our wedding barrel and having all of my bourbon ornaments on it. And that's going to be our little small Christmas tree every year. So
there you go.
I love it.
I feel like,
Colonel Steve.
There are definitely easy ones out there.
And I know you guys are Steve, you're committed to the day after Christmas, but I feel like it's too much of a commitment. The day after Christmas to already undecorate things. I feel like that's gotta wait like a few days longer.
My mom is
honestly, you gotta give me till New Year's.
Would love to take it down New Year's Day. My mom swore she cannot take her tree down till New Year's Day. Hers is up till then. And I think that's
I agree.
The next year, yeah.
What are you talking about?
It's terrible, right?
I agree.
It's a month. It's like
because on the
26th, 31st.
On the 26th, you're doing too much cool shit with your new presents, and you don't have time to
you gotta take that shit down.
Shit.
Yeah.
I follow you.
I guess my presents are
as in, like, I thought you meant the following New Year's.
No.
No, the following week.
Okay.
Like sometime that next week, not the next day. That's too soon.
I mean, I feel like
the next day is too soon. Yeah.
The evening of the 25th is approaprit in my book.
I agree.
Oh, no. I'm still recovering the evening of the 25th. I'm still drunk the evening of the 25th.
You know what? Dump up furniture, you can take down a Christmas tree.
You could climb on the tree if you still got it up.
So my mom and I have opposite beliefs because I think it's bad luck to have a Christmas tree coming into the new year because you're bringing in the old shit. She's like, no, you got to leave it. It brings in the good stuff. No, we're very different on
Some
that.
people wait until the Feast of the Kings, which is January 6th.
January 6th.
That's another thing.
My sister-in-law does because she's
I hate
Catholic.
that. How could you do that? How could you keep that stuff up? I'm just be so angry.
It's called being lazy.
What is that, like a sacrament in Catholic? No, it's not. Take it down. Take that shit down.
Is that being lazy?
That's a religious thing.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just like, there's
a Catholic thing.
It's a Catholic where we can feast. I'm down for that.
No, it's not a Jewish thing. No,
we're just busy gambling with dreidels.
Very Catholic.
You're done with the dreidels. That kicks off tonight.
Dreidels today.
That kicks off tonight. Yeah. So
is there a way we can un-Catholic that to make it just like a non-denominational feast?
You can call it the Feast of the Heavens.
Do we want to have another feast? We can just have a feast. We want to have a feast on January 6th.
That's what I'm thinking.
I haven't started a cult. I'll join. Go for it.
Sounds like an ABV Network event.
Yeah. I get angry. I get angry when I drive around and I see the lights still up after. For me personally, it has to go off the 26th. It has to be done. But then I start getting angry. January 2nd, I'm angry. And then
I get more angry seeing Christmas decorations up before Thanksgiving than I do seeing Christmas decorations up.
No, I like getting it going. I like getting it going.
That's fair.
That's fine.
So Steve, hear me out here though. If houses only have white lights are okay for New Year's Eve because they're still festive.
Yeah.
Hey,
white lights only. They got to turn them off on January 1st, but New Year's Eve, you can have your white lights on.
McNew, you have a good
on the outside.
But it's not that cut and dry. It's like, I feel like it's got a vibe to it. And if it's Christmas, fuck off.
Exactly.
If it's lighting the pathway. Okay.
Fair. Okay. I'm here with it. Here. Okay.
Yeah.
I will agree with that. But I just feel like basic white lights, those are festive for NYE. You can still have those. Fine.
There's someone in our subdivision. They leave the lights.
Some Santa Clauses, fuck off by that time.
They leave the lights up all year long, but they change the colors to match whatever the season is. So like during 4th of July, it was red, white, and blue colored lights. Like during baseball season, St. Louis, so like Cardinals. So it was Cardinal red. when like the Blues are in the playoff, it's like blue and yellow. So like they change it to like match what's happening.
That's smart.
I mean, I'm less angry about that.
But I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm less angry, but yeah,
It's cheating still.
it is. It is.
Yeah, it's
They're
a
still
little
cheating
lazy,
there.
but they're putting effort into their laziness, so I'm
Right.
still confused.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad.
I'm going to support
Not
it. But,
mad.
I don't have to be fully happy.
No,
about
because I decorate for every holiday or every season. I always have something out, but it's seasonally
Get it.
appropriate. I'm not just
Yeah.
changing Christmas light colors. But
Yeah. Check out my Winter Wonderland tour on Bourbon Sasquatch on
it was
YouTube.
that was fantastic.
McNew loved it. Yeah.
This guy smokes. I just lost my shit about that. I kept losing
There you go.
I'm losing my shit.
I take you on a tour of the Winter Wonderland at the Akeley Mansion.
This guy
in
smokes.
Missouri. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap the show up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Cailee, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Cailee Baker or at The Bourbon Bakers, and come see me out at Leatherwood Distillery most Friday and Saturday nights.
All right, Evan.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Evan Van Scoik, or Instagram, Wit Wisdom Whiskey.
All right, Mr. Lenny.
You can find myself and the rest of Deerhammer on the social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com. You can also order all of Deerhammer's offerings shipped direct to your door, and come visit me in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado, and pick up your suck on this cocktail sticker.
Nice. Nice. How about, do you still have those zip-up sweatshirts with the still on them?
Yep. Got the zip-up
Oh.
sweatshirts. We got some new hats, all kinds of stuff.
You should get those. I see a lot of people wearing those in our crew. So yeah, you should
They're legit.
promote those. Yeah, they're big time. So all right. McNew, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. All of our previous shows, all of our blogs, our shop, so much more, abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Hey, great show today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year's.
Guys.
Happy New Year.
Here.
Happy New Year. Have a safe one, everybody. Talk to you
Keep your
soon.
lights
Bye.
down.
Before we finish the show, let's chat for a moment about Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you just want to experiment on a small scale on the stove in your kitchen or try your hand at a bigger setup in the backyard, Moonshine Still Pro can help. They have different still offerings as well as accessories and even grains from Goldstone Mill to help you make whiskey on par with what you get from your favorite distillery. They can even assist with a DIY still project by supplying some of the parts you can't make yourself. Check them out at moonshinestillpro.com. At the ABV Network, we're lucky enough to have some great friends. Amongst those friends is the Goldstein family, owners of Goldstone Mill. Goldstone Mill is a full-service mill offering a variety of heritage and heirloom grains. Their unique approach of working with mills around the country allows them to offer you affordable shipping opportunities to meet the unique needs of your distillery or brewery. They will consult with you to ensure the grains you are selecting meets the unique flavor profiles you are looking for. If you are a home brewer or distiller and you're looking for the grains that your local distillery or brewery uses, Goldstone Mill is the place to look. Check them out on the web at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or shoot them an email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.